Evening, everyone. Uh, it's time for your closing comment. It's a few minutes after 7, a little bit on the late side, but here it is. It's video number 574, and it was actually pretty much a boring day. All of the markets, were in pretty tight ranges, not a lot of big change, with the exception of the Russell, and I'll get to that in a minute. So the Dow was down 68.30, which is 0.2%. Nasdaq down 49.20, just under 0.4%. S&P down $8.32, 0.22, and the aforementioned Russell down 36.89 or 1.85. The transports down 94.54, only 0.75%. The small caps really took a hit today. At one point, they were down about another $10, which would have made them down almost 2.25%, but they did rally. And the market, which spent most of its day between down 100 and up 100, pretty quiet. Advanced declines on both the NYSE and the NASDAQ were both over 2-to-1 down. Volume was a little lighter, and that's pretty much to be expected this week coming into the end of the year. A couple of stocks that we talked about this morning. So the disaster du jour was ARCT. That is Arcturus, and they had a failed COVID-19 vaccine. The stock, as I mentioned this morning, has a range in the last 6 months of 12 to 130. This morning it was trading at 57.20, down about 35, and it continued lower and finished the day 41.88. Down 50.54 or 55%. Going in the other direction, we had Intel. Third Point, which bought a stake, is talking to them about the idea of hiring someone to give an idea of strategic alternatives, i.e., changing the business mix, selling off something. In any event, the stock was up well over 5% during the day, closed up at 49.39, up 232 or 4.9%. I mean, this stock has just gotten pounded. We also, this morning, I mentioned UUU, which is the security company, and they make, as far as security goes, they make mostly smoke detectors and carbon dioxide protectors. The stock was finished the day at 465, up $1.57 or 51%. The big move was DPW, which is an NYSE company, making a 10% investment in the deal. If I recall right, it was about $707,000, and this morning the stock had been up as high as 14. So the return on that investment was 20-to-1. In other words, someone buying 10% of the company above the market, not much above the market, caused a 20-for-1 increase in the market cap during the day, or certainly at the open, and that got withered away. As I said, we closed 465 after trading 14. Also, TENX, which was got a new price objective by H.C. Wainwright of $5 a share. The stock closed at, let's see, $1.94 after trading $2.84. So also a fairly decent move, up 81%, 87 cents, but certainly nowhere near the highs of the day. And my favorite is JAN1. Symbol is JAN. I discovered this stock several months ago. They have a very interesting business mix. They own an appliance recycling business, which, as far as I'm concerned, really sounds more like a junkyard. But more importantly, they also have a non-opioid pain med for chronic diseases where the use of an opioid would really be a problem because of the long-term nature of things like cancer, or in this case, Gen 1's focus was initially PAD, which is peripheral artery disease. And there was no news on it. And up until about 3:45, it hadn't really done anything. Yesterday, it had bounced up to about $5.20 and then came all the way back down and closed at about $4.90 or so. And today, it traded as high as $9.20, closing the day $8.40, up $4.14 or 97%. I had this company in the person of their chief medical officer on my radio show a couple of months ago, and I will have the YouTube video of that attached to tonight's daily note. Now, this is the gold. We are really coming into an important area. We have this small uptrend line that we seem to be holding. We have the longer term downtrend line, and I'll show you what this looks like a little bit better. A nice channel on the top and the bottom, and this uptrend line and this red line here is the 100-day moving average and the top of the channel. That stopped it. Let me zoom this back out a little. That stopped it last Monday. It stopped it this Monday. And the stock rallied up but finished down near the low, but didn't break the trend line. Today it was a quiet inside day, closing, basically unchanged, down 70 cents or so. And tonight it's trading down 70 cents at 18.82. So, it can't get much tighter than this without a break one way or the other. Hopefully the upside. We're long Newmont mining calls that expire next month. The biggest mover today, which it tends to be, is the dollar, which just continuously gets pounded. Looked like it might try and bounce to the upside here, but again, little uptrend line. I mean, it's just been brutal to the downside. I think you need to see a little bit more of this one. As you can see, we were as high as almost 104. We consolidated across and broke down. Looked like we were going to go across and possibly have a return to the upside, and then we broke down again. This was the break of the previous bottom back here in September, and we've been going sideways in here for a couple of weeks, and I really don't hold out a lot of hope for this one, only because we have these deficits, we have COVID, and we have much more coming, has been promised by President-elect Biden. So, it's really hard to expect the dollar to rebound when you're basically floating all kinds of debt just to pay the interest on your deficits. In any event, that's about it. I will be back first thing in the morning with a pre-opening comment, and you can look for that Jan 1 video on tonight's note.